Welcome to the show, everybody. It is the Brandon and Ryan Hour. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Ryan. And today we are talking about season 2 of Reacher that just came out on Amazon Prime. So sit
Indeed.
back, relax, and enjoy.
Indeed. Or else.
Yes, or else.
Uh, so, if you are new to the show or unfamiliar, we're going to spoil it for you if you haven't seen it. So, good luck with that.
Yep, that's kind of what we do.
Yeah. So, uh, Reacher Season 2. I guess um, we reviewed Season 1 earlier last year, early 2023, something like that.
Yep, yep, that is
Um,
correct. Good job.
I thought it was a pretty good show. Rather enjoyed it. Um,
Yeah, I enjoyed
Good
the
action, good
first season.
storyline, good acting, all that stuff. So
Yeah, I agree with
excited
you.
for.
I was positive on most of the episodes, if I remember correctly. It's just a nice, fun show that's got some actual manly type violence in it, which was fun.
Manly type violence.
Yes, manly type
If it's
violence.
not manly, it's probably not violent.
Okay,
Okay.
but like I'm saying, like actual, it looks like legit violence, not just the stage Hollywood karate chopping
Oh,
people.
okay. I got you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it looks like a real fight and not just
Yes, exactly.
um
Not just choreographed dancing.
yeah, not like 100 pound dude beating up 400 pound dudes.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So, we are talking about the first two episodes of this new season. So, what are your overall thoughts on episode one?
Um Episode 1. What was that one? That one's called ATM.
Yep.
And he did not say ATM machine. I was really proud of him.
All right.
Oh, I was like, okay, because he's a rather intelligent character,
Uh-huh.
and there's been so many times where the rather intelligent character says ATM machine,
Which is
and you just
redundant.
want to
Yep.
pull your hair out. So that was nice. Um, yes. So what are we talking about?
We're
What did
talking
you ask
about
me?
the first episode of ATM.
Oh,
What did you think of it? Overall thoughts?
yeah. No, I thought it started off pretty strong. Um, just like season 1, like not really a whole lot of messing around. Just like get into the story, make it intriguing, um, draw the audience in really well. So I thought it started off pretty strong. What about you?
I mean, I enjoyed it. I do think that I mean, the first scene didn't really play into the overall story of what's going on with the buying the clothes and then the carjacker, but that's how he went to the ATM and found out that Neely needed his help, and then they jumped right into it. But I really enjoyed that opening scene because again, it demonstrated
You enjoyed
one.
him shopping at a thrift store?
No, I enjoyed him going to a car, breaking a window, and beating the ever living snot out of somebody who's holding this lady's kid hostage.
Yeah,
I
yeah. That
enjoyed
was
that.
kind of crazy. Like it's like okay, he's always in these crazy predicaments.
Yeah, situations just find
Um,
him. Yep.
yeah,
But yeah,
it was really funny.
I like how
Or
how one it demonstrates one he's an intelligent and observant person.
mm-hmm,
Because just seeing how she was acting at the ATM and looking at her through the her reflection, he was like, "Oh, something's wrong." Was able to deduce it, and
mm-hmm,
then just took charge. He was like, "Hey, just stay here. I'm gonna go take care of it real quick."
yeah. Um, And then after he beats the guy up, he like hands her the bullets in the magazine, and is like tells us to go call the into the bank and call the police,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, he's not waking up anytime soon.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
And then he also doesn't take credit for what he did because she's like, "Who are you?" Someone who doesn't want to get involved or doesn't like to get involved. Just a great line like, "I wasn't here, so you don't need my name."
Got a funny way of showing that he doesn't like to get involved.
Yeah.
Um, by directly interjecting himself into the situation and taking charge and resolving the situation. Not getting involved at all. Don't
Yeah.
mind me. Just beating a guy half to death.
Yep.
Yeah. Woo. Sorry. Excuse me.
Yeah. Then he looks at his transactions on his ATM receipt and notices a code that Neely sent him,
Interesting. Yeah.
and he asks that millennial worker, "Hey, let me see your phone," and she's like, "Okay, fine, whatever." Like
Just hands him her phone
she
and
did
like
not care about anything that was going
she
on.
didn't care about nothing. Yeah. It's pretty funny. But also annoying at the same time.
Yeah.
Um, but the main, I guess, the main storyline is about his time in the army and all of his. Were they Rangers? They weren't Rangers.
They weren't Rangers.
Were they Rangers?
Special investigators is what they called
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah. His team of special investigators. And I guess they're getting picked off one by one for
Yep.
some reason.
That's what it's looking like so far.
I gotta remember that we're only doing episodes 1 and 2 because I kind of skipped ahead a little bit.
See, I stopped. I wanted to watch episode 3, 4, and 5, but I was like, nope, we're just covering 1 and 2 today. I'm just gonna watch those two so I don't get it muddied.
I probably should have done that, but I got it's very good, so I kept watching.
Yeah. And see, that was something I had to actively stop myself from doing because I wanted to just instantly go to the next one.
That's good. That's good. So, see, okay, yeah. So he gets to New York. Was it New York? Yeah, I think.
Yeah, he went to
Whatever.
New York,
Um,
meets up with Neely, and finds out that one of his subordinates in the special investigators had been murdered. And
yeah.
he's like, she's like, he got thrown out of an airplane, and he's like, nope, wasn't an airplane. And then she's
Yes,
like, what?
like all the stuff he picked up on and all that. It's like
At like
it's like
5
okay,
seconds
like
of
you
looking
didn't even
at,
have time to
yeah,
read that. Like,
but like 5 seconds looking at the pictures, he's like, nope, you're wrong. He got thrown out of a helicopter.
yeah,
And then he was able to deduce he'd been tortured. Um,
he reads really
dehydrated.
fast.
Yeah.
Because like he read the whole medical report in like 10 seconds.
Yep.
It's like, oh nope, this was in his blood. He was dehydrated. This, that, this. It's like okay, could at least given him like 5 minutes to read the thing. Because like that's
But I mean, they're not wasting any time in the show either, so you got to keep the story moving
right.
forward.
I guess, but they could have like skipped time, not show him reading it or anything.
I
Anyway.
guess, yeah.
Regardless, so they start doing the investigating, and then they start introducing the flashbacks.
Yep.
It's like, what the heck is that word called?
Yep, flashbacks, where you go back in time and look at stuff.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool to see the special investigators like getting started and how they, operated and the whole team or whatever. Because I don't know, it's just kind of interesting. They're not flashbacks just for the sake of flashbacks.
Right, but
they're not boring.
They're not boring, but they're serving a purpose of showing who these people were to him.
Right.
Interactions between the characters as well.
And they're not overdone.
Right.
It's not like a 30-minute flashback. and then a little bit of episode.
Yeah, but I mean,
Um,
they serve a purpose. A lot of times,
yeah,
either they go way into depth in flashbacks, or they're just like, "Oh yeah, we worked together for like 13 years," but never show you any connective tissue on why you should care about this character who'd been murdered.
right. Why they have a relationship and all that kind of stuff.
So I think that that was actually really well, or it has been well done so far in the series.
Yeah. Um, what else? I guess there wasn't a lot. I mean, they did a lot, but mostly just looking into,
Into that
um,
one guy,
yeah, just and introducing all the new characters. Um, the
yeah, they introduced O'Donnell, who was in their hotel room looking at it after it had been trashed.
yeah, and then they introduced that guy at the airport with the fake passport.
Yeah, apparently he's just referred to on the credits as AM.
Oh, yeah, which makes sense. Maybe. Does it make sense for you?
Yeah, because they said all of his aliases, the list of names that whatever that guy's name
Okay.
was who'd been killed. I don't
Oh yeah,
remember what
yeah,
his name
because
was, but
that was in
he had a
Atlantic City or whatever.
he had a list of all the names. No, it was back at
Oh
the
yeah,
hotel
yeah. That's when
before they
they
left New York.
found the had to guess the password.
Yeah, but all the names were listed with the initials A and M. So yeah, it makes sense that they just refer to this guy as AM. I
The
don't
only
know.
scene that seemed out of place or kind of dumb was the post office scene.
I didn't mind
Like,
it. I liked it.
yeah, but when she goes up to the postal worker and is like talking about stamps and stuff, and then she's like, "I got a pocket of Susan B. Anthony's that burning a hole in my pocket." And it's like, it's not the 19 aughts anymore, okay? Nobody has Susan B. Anthony's. Nobody's spending them on stamps.
Well, it showed she was trying to make it seem like she was a collector of things. So, collector of rare coins or older coins, collector of
Yeah, but
stamps.
she wanted to spend the coins on the stamps.
Right, because the stamps were now more important than the coins.
But it was just, it's not the 1930s anymore. Like, nobody cares.
Well, apparently that guy did because he was super old. She was making a connection.
Yeah, but that would have even been before his time. Because
Eh,
he's what, 60 years old?
yeah,
So he
I
was
know.
born in 1960? He doesn't care about stamps or Susan B. Anthony coins.
Anyway, I didn't mind it. I thought it was a fun distraction because usually when in shows or movies when they're like we need a distraction, it's something bombastic and over the top. But that was a clever
Yeah.
subversion of
And then the
expectation.
mailbox Karen.
Yeah. Yep. So Mailbox Karen, I don't think that's your key. Which I mean,
Yeah.
he's trying
But did
all
she,
the boxes, so kind of makes sense.
that's a little, yeah, he wasn't being subtle about it. But then she was like, "Excuse me, you're in the way of my box." And he's like, "All right, well, wait your turn, old lady.
Yeah.
Chill out." Um,
But yeah, this was
so
also the episode where he kicks the car and sets off the airbag, right?
yes. Yeah, because the reason they go to Atlantic City is because he beat the crap out of a cop.
Yep.
And that was before they ran into O'Donnell.
No, they'd already run into O'Donnell because they went to one of the
Did they?
houses, and O'Donnell was with them.
Yeah, you're right.
It was the lady.
Yeah,
What was
that
her
was right
name?
towards the end.
Dixon, who we didn't see until the very end of that episode. But yeah, so what did you think of him kicking a car and setting off an airbag?
Cool. I liked it. I don't know if it's possible.
Wow, that's some deep insight there.
I mean, you've never wanted to kick a car and make the airbags go off?
No. But, I mean,
No. What's wrong with you?
why would I just want to kick into a car to set off an airbag?
Because it'd be fun.
Okay, whatever you say. Anyway, Uh, like if anybody could do it, I could see somebody who's as giant as this guy is supposed to be actually being able to do it.
But I mean, he's not like he's only like 250.
I think he's supposed to be more in the show because he's supposed to be like 6'5", and I think he's supposed to be like 300 pounds of just
Okay.
solid muscle.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Even if he is 6'5" and 300 pounds, I don't know. I don't know what the. I don't know.
Right, like I'm saying,
It
if I
looked
walked
cool.
up to a car and did it, it wouldn't set off an airbag. But
No, wouldn't even
getting
set off the
some
alarm.
getting some giant guy kicking the front of a car, a little bit more believable.
And it's a good way to like throw people off guard and then beat the crap out of them.
Yeah.
Didn't understand why he was following them around though.
Well, they said that whatever his name was who died, I can't remember that guy's name for the life of me. The guy who
The
died.
dead guy.
But apparently he'd called Neely before, like reached out to her quite a few times. So they were watching her to see if there was some kind of involvement from her side. So that's why they were following him. They were doing the
Okay.
investigation on his death and trying to figure out what happened. So you take clues where you can find them.
Was it Franzi?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, but they was following them around a lot, and he'd never reached out to her. Even and he would have known she was part of his, you know, army group, and that she was a private eye. So
Uh huh.
anyway, um, still got my eye on him as far as not being on the up and up.
All right.
I mean that's
But yeah, overall, I thought episode one was a solid start to the season. Um, it's fast paced, doesn't really waste any time, gets into the action, gets into the story. So I enjoyed the first episode.
yeah, and they're for episodes they're almost like an hour long, but it doesn't feel there's not a lot of dead time or wasted space. They just moving through the story
Yep,
pretty well.
exactly.
What
So
did you
yeah,
think about the Atlantic City episode?
yeah. I mean, I enjoyed that one too. They went to Atlantic City, still trying to figure out what's going on. Rented another SUV, like brand new SUV, um, and drove to Atlantic City, which I mean, it doesn't seem like it's that far, New York to New Jersey, so kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but they just happened to run into Dixon
Dixon there. Yep.
there, so it's like okay.
Yeah, and then
Uh,
yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I don't know if it was as good as episode 1, but it was still enjoyable. It was still a top tier TV show.
yeah, they're just continuing building on the storyline. Um, this is where we find out they got more team members missing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to Roscoe and then
Possibly.
what's his other name?
Um,
I can't remember the other guy's name.
I don't know. Doesn't matter. Um, and then, well, they had already found out that the one team member was missing because his dog was dead in his house.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then now the two guys from Atlantic City are missing. The names, anyway. Um, oh, forgot about the part where he went to get a gun.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That was good too.
That
Like
was
just beat up
hilarious.
some drug dealers and steal their cash, throw their drugs in a sewer, and steal their gun.
Take
Yeah.
their gun.
and then donate the cash to the local
To that church
church.
that he went to find him. It's like, okay, if anybody's gonna do it, I guess it'd be him.
Yeah.
um, okay, yeah. So I found it convenient, like how much, how helpful the casino guy was.
Yeah.
Seemed overly helpful.
See, I kind of felt that way too, but I don't know if it's just that actor is just seems like a nice guy. Like in everything I see him in, he's always just kind of an over the top nice guy. So
Yeah,
I don't know
I
if it was just me looking at that and saying just equating him with being super nice.
his demeanor, yeah, his personal demeanor.
But I mean, Roscoe and the other guy were had worked for him a lot in the past. So he's trying to figure out what's going on. And somebody tells you, hey, our two friends that have done work for you are dead, and there's a possibility you're missing $65 million. Kind of makes sense that you'd be like, okay, well, I've heard him talk about you, I've seen pictures of you. Makes sense. I don't
Yeah,
want to lose $65 million, so,
whew, that'd be a lot of money to lose.
right?
Mm. I casino would be okay though. Uh, what was it?
I don't know what you're thinking about. You gotta use your
Yeah,
words.
the the part where Reacher and Dixon are like walking down the street. I guess they just went for a walk after she took the casino for a whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
Um, and then what did they kill? Three guys?
Yep. Three guys.
Yeah. The one guy was the one following him from the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
A second guy that was following him from the first episode, right? Not
yeah, the
this episode.
non-cop.
Yep.
Yeah. Um, seemed like a little much, I guess, that scene. Like, let's go into the construction yard and climb the tower and do all that. It was cool. Um, but I also liked how they buried them.
Yeah. Just shove him in cement.
Yeah, put them in the wet cement down there in the beams and stuff. It's like that's pretty good.
Yeah. But like they had no
They'll never
problem
find the
just
bodies there.
dispatching those three guys.
Um,
And I like how when Dixon was fighting that one guy and the guy who'd been following him started shooting at her, she just rolled behind that one guy and pulled him on top of her. So he took the bullets. I was like, I like that. Okay, that's clever.
I guess I don't really like that kind of stuff because bullets don't always stop.
Well, right, bullets don't always stop, but still,
Yeah,
like instead of her going and fighting two guys at once, she's like, "Oh no, I can't do that. I gotta protect myself."
that's fair. Yeah, she didn't. They didn't make her fight like she was a man that was
Right.
bigger than them.
Yep.
Like they had her fight in like a style that suited her size.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't just out there boxing them.
Right.
Um, which is good because it's just irritating when they try to make a small woman stronger than
Like kicking a
average
guy
sized
through a
guys.
wall. Right.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Um, yeah, I don't know what else happened. The flashbacks, a couple more
Couple
flashbacks.
more flashbacks.
See how the investigators got started in their first bar fight and
Mm-hmm.
all that. I think that was episode one.
No, I think that was
Was that two?
this episode. I think it was episode two. I
Yeah,
could
I
be
think
wrong.
yeah, yeah. I don't remember.
I don't remember what else happened in this episode. I mean,
They go to Atlantic City, meet the lady at the bar, find out about
right?
those guys, go to the casino, kill those 3 guys, go back to the casino, fornicate.
Yep,
Uh,
you're not wrong. Yeah, and then
the obligatory scene.
but yeah, then the next day, the head of security for the casino comes back in, gives them more information, and then I feel like that was the end of the episode.
Mm, they start breaking the code on the numbers,
No, they haven't.
or they start trying to.
Right.
They're still trying to figure out the
They're
numbers,
trying to
but
figure out the
then
numbers, but they have no idea what they mean.
yeah, so they're um I think that's where they decide that they're looking in the wrong spot.
Yep.
They
So
need to go
they
back
got to
to New
go back to
York.
Newark, New York.
What do you think? And we get a little bit about um the company that, or the people that are
Yeah,
trying to kill them.
the only thing that we've gotten so far is the name of the company. When Dixon found the parking pass, that's the only
Yeah,
thing
but
that we've gotten so far. Is that, and then he called on the guy's cell phone
yeah,
and
that's what I was talking about.
basically told the guy, "Hey, I'm coming for you," but that's it.
Yeah, well, we know they're after Reacher and the team.
No, Reacher told him, "I'm coming after you."
Right. And we know that that guy is after Reacher because he sent them to kill them
Okay, yeah.
in Atlantic City. So we know for some reason that the guy, what's that guy's name?
So the actor is Robert Patrick. He's playing Shane
Yeah, that guy.
Langston. Shane Langston.
Langston. Yeah. So we know he's after them for some reason. Don't know why yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of puzzle pieces that they're trying to unravel because they got 3 missing teammates.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what the 65 million is for. People are trying to kill them. They've already killed
3 people.
3 people.
Uh-huh.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
They didn't kill anybody in the first episode?
Nope. I mean, he just beat up the cop, but they haven't killed anybody.
Hmm.
And then at the bar,
Interesting.
they fought the 2 guys, but they were still alive after the fight.
Yeah, they weren't. They got accidentally beat up.
I don't know if it was an accident that they got beat up. They started it.
They started it, but they thought they were bad guys.
Right. Yeah.
They were trying to be, trying to be helpful for their friend, and then they got accidentally beat up.
It wasn't an accident that they got beat up. The accident was they thought they were bad guys. The beating up part was intentional. That was not an accident.
Well, because Reacher and them thought they were bad guys. They thought each other were bad guys, so they accidentally got beat up.
It was not an accident. The beating up part was actually intentional. Because they started attacking them.
No.
Yes, they started attacking them. So they fought back.
Yeah, but they didn't want to get their goal. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna take these guys," and then they got beat up.
Yeah, it was.
The one guy was like,
though. It was
the one guy at the end. He was like, "I'm done."
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny. And then after that, they were gone. In the next scene, like they were like, "No, we're getting out of here. We're not."
Yeah.
Need to go put some ice on these wounds and my pride. Yeah, so pretty good episodes so far. I think there's still a lot of things to figure out, and the first 2 episodes don't give you a lot of information, which is what I really like.
Yeah, there's still
tons of mystery.
Alive. Yep.
There's tons of stuff that, like, they're not really giving you anything as far as
The motivation of the
I
bad
guess
guys.
calling the shots. Like, they're not giving away, like, because at this point the cop could be shady or not. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've got my suspicions about O'Donnell.
Okay.
I feel like, I don't know. His story seems a little weak.
All right.
Just shows up out of nowhere. Um, but then Dixon just shows up out of nowhere too.
Yep.
But for some reason, I don't know. When O'Donnell showed up and he just started talking, I was like, he seems a little. I don't know. Just something doesn't sit right
I didn't pick up
with
on
me on
that,
him.
but
So I
okay.
got my eye on him. See if he's gonna like be the double crosser at the end or something.
Yeah, I hadn't even given that a thought, so who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. So there's the cop, and then O'Donnell. It's like you're like, okay, who are these guys? And then the guy, the AM guy. Like we don't really know what he's about,
Yeah.
except he started killing people for seemingly no reason
Because they saw him.
because they knew who he was,
Yep.
but they didn't know who he was.
Right, but they interacted with him. So
Yeah.
if your entire thing is being anonymous, if you interact with people, you have to kill them. It's not
The
really,
Bear
you don't
Bonds
have a
thing,
choice.
yeah, the Bear Bonds thing was fun too because it's like a callback, or not a callback, but like every time I hear Bear Bonds, I'm thinking Die Hard.
Yeah.
Um, you know, the untraceable Bear Bonds. It's like, man, it'd be cool to have some Bear Bonds. Do you have
Okay.
any?
I do not.
Yeah, sucks. We should have some.
We should. But yeah,
I
so
didn't know they didn't make them anymore. Is that real? They don't
I
do
have
those
no
anymore.
idea. I haven't looked into it at all.
I said it in the show they hadn't made them since the 80s or something. But
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know.
But yeah, the first two episodes have gotten me interested, so I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes from here.
Yeah. Um, the story is very intriguing, and there's a lot of good things going on with the story. You've got their backstory coming together
Mm-hmm.
as a team, things they've done together. Um, uh, like, and you've got all the stuff like with Reacher where he's like off out there on his own, not doing anything, but they're all moving on with their lives and things are happening, and then like he kind of feels left out, but kind of doesn't at the same time. It's like, all right,
Right.
dude, make up your mind. um, yeah, so I like it. Hopefully, it'll be pretty good. I'm sure it will because the first season was super good. So
Yeah, exactly.
when do the how many episodes is it? Do you know?
I think it's supposed to be 8 episodes. I think they're
8.
doing
That
eight
sounds about
episode
right. Everything's
seasons.
8 episodes these days.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I guess next week we'll do episodes 3 and 4, and we'll just keep trucking.
Yep.
Hopefully, it's pretty good.
Exactly. So with that, you want to tell everybody where they can find us?
Right here, right now. Sorry. All right, guys. If you guys are still out there and watching, and if you like Reacher, give us a old thumbs up on the YouTubes or the Rumbles, because that's where we are. Stream on Rumble Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays we do movie reviews. Thursdays the series, comic book, something else, and post the videos later up on YouTube. You can also follow us on Twitter at BRH Reviews. And you can hit me up over there. And I think that's about it. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see you guys next time. Later.